think it's got me on camera. Hold on. I'm gonna sit back and begin to realize how small I am. Wait. Alright, it's still on to have me on the camera. Alright. Okay, if anybody wants to comment on how I'm doing, they can do so on the message boards. And I'm going to turn this down. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh. To comment how I'm doing, put it in the message boards, and that's something I made up there. It says sick, and it's pretty cool. I also made this one. Pretty tight. It's a good thing to post. Try to find people that do that. So yeah. How's it going? People are... I can't go online, can I? Oh, this sucks. I don't want to go online. Come on. Cancel. Go to the PlayStation. That's right. Trying to mess with anyways when we beat this game. Let's continue. Alright, so frickin' stuff and things. Things and stuff. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. So there are a lot of things that I like to do. Got the window open, so just chilling out, making a day of it. Gonna beast it, making the night of it. I'll come up with a topic at some point too. And also I like to sit and sweat sometimes. It helps me. Now I know the button combinations that I can use. Okay. Alright. Keep on going down. Oh no, I'm not. What do I believe? What do I believe in? I believe in science mostly. Come on, little bastard. Let's up at some point. How many souls do I have? See if we can use it. Let's go to equipment. Stuff that I got from it's all awesome. I have pretty much a lot of posters in my room. It's pretty tight. And let's see, something like that. How do you shoot and use it? Gotta get my souls. I'm gonna go all the way down for it. Okay, quick sword. Broadsword. Down some more and see if I can beat this dude. If 3 was more like 2, I'd probably have a better time. So, I've had a lot of weird experiences in my life. Kind of helped me along with that. A lot of inappropriate experiences as well, living in New Orleans. I think I unlocked this. It's locked. There must be a key somewhere around here. I know it's not around here, but I've already kind of gotten into it. Also, I realized that they were, that whole thing is not something I did on purpose. It's pretty funny as like it went kind of fake ass viral, because that's how my style, fake ass viral. Don't see a lot of people helping in this game. I don't see it. It just doesn't happen for me. So, I mean, what I try to do is I have a vision, right? A vision that Pop-Tarts, peanut butter, and ice cream, and bananas, and Fruit Loops can live in harmony in one bowl. It's not a euphemism for race. It's because that's one of my favorite snack foods. Of just mixing a whole bunch of different stuff together. At one time I baked a cake made of waffles and surrounded it in Pop-Tarts and Fruit Loops. And I gave it to you. The battery level's low, so I'm gonna put it on the floor. I'm getting better at this. I'm better at this. I'm better. I'm getting better. And, man, let's see if I can kill this dude before he... They call me, I know that the nickname Skeleton I got because I don't use a lot of the items to get where I need to get. It's because I was kind of always hoping that someone would like not be nice and show me different stuff, you know. I mean, they could have, but they didn't. And now and I don't have to, because I'm gonna do it, and hopefully, wait, let's see if I can. Ashen Estus Flask, Black Firebomb, 0. Let's see if we can look at our equipment. Inventory, what kind of inventory do we have? Combustible. Undead Hunter Charm. Prevents Estus recovery within a limited area. Oh, that's pretty tight. It's for like other foes and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Fading Soul. I'm gonna go level up. I'm gonna level it up. Level up. That's hilarious. Fucking dead dudes jumping in after me. I'm gonna put this camera down again. Camera down right there. Alright. And yeah, basically, this is me just chilling out. You know, I think a lot of times when you kind of like I think a lot of times when you do that like cheap stuff, I guess. I don't give a shit. Here's another game. It's a road of blood, and there's buildings on fire, and there's a dude with in front of it. I think if I move it closer, you can see it. Pretty tight. Did it with acrylics. It's usually what I work with right now. I can do oils and pretty much any other paint, but it just takes a little while to dry for oils. So. This one. I wonder if I get more souls if I defeat him in dragon form. I wonder how many souls I need to level up. see if I can level up at least. I haven't leveled up at all. Leveled my SS class before once. Cemetery badge. Maybe I can go to the Cemetery of Ash afterwards. I don't know what that is. Maybe I've already been there, but I don't remember. I think I'm only my... Alright, Internet Echo. That's dumb. We're gonna block them because he only has 2 profile pics, and I don't want to be acting like I don't have real friends or real people that like my stuff on Instagram. Where's the lady at? There she is.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well. Then touch the darkness within me. Take it.
I need 800 to level up. I know I need at least about 1,000, I thought. Alright,
Ashen One, to be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls. Sovereignless souls will become thy strength. I will show thee how. Ashen One, bring me souls. Farewell, Ashen One.
Alright. So now I'm gonna go kill some more dudes. Cemetery of, Fox. Or I'm dead, I'm sure. How's it going, viewer? If you want to message me, you can. I'm traveling to the Cemetery of Ash. And I'm going to come up with a topic at some point. Oh yeah, that's right, I can kill these people again. Alright, that's what I'll do. To gain souls. That's right, I have a bunch of souls. I think I'm gonna go to just I think I have about 720 souls, I think, and go back to the bonfire and or to a bonfire right here and go get that other soul in my inventory. new tattoo. It's pretty tight. You can see it. Can't see it. It's right there. Got a Resident Evil Umbrella Corporation tattoo. Because I am a sellout. No. No, because
Welcome home, Ashen One.
It's
Speak thine heart's desire.
It's kinda like all the stuff around me is to remind me of the different post-apocalyptic scenes. Like the one I have on my other arm is the Masquerade.
Very well.
That's one apocalypse, basically.
Then touch the darkness
and
within
another
me.
one is Portal 2.
Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Pretty tight. And actually, I gotta stop talking to her. I gotta go to my inventory.
Me.
I gotta go to my inventory. Wait. Sorry. And use. What else have I done? I'm doing this one. It's a chick. I'm gonna paint her face again, or paint it over her face, because it looks kind of weird, and she doesn't have eyelids right now. So that's gonna change, I guess, once I paint it. So I'm also doing this one. I'm trying to make it more trippy looking because my friend's doing a band. It's pretty tight. And it looks kind of trippy right now because the dude's face is a zombie and it has my friend's logo on it. I want to make it brighter colors though. I think it looks pretty tight though, and it's in the dark right then. Let's clean it back a little bit. So it's like that. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'll just put it in the background or something like that in one of those CDs or something. It's pretty tight.
Welcome home, Ashen One.
Level up.
Speak that. Very well. Then touch the dark, take nourishment.
I might try to upgrade my stuff once I get some more souls. Let's go with agility. What's something with agility? What goes to my agility? Versus thrust, magic lightning, physical, 88. Let's go with vigor and stamina, I think. Attack power, strength, dexterity. Yeah, let's go with there we go. Let's go with endurance. I only have... Did I level up?
Very well.
Probably didn't. Let's see.
Then touch the take nourishment.
Okay, I probably didn't. Endurance. There we go. Now we can throw it. Menus are weird.
Farewell, Ash.
Alright, let's see if I can... Large souls this way. 400. I'm gonna use that and see if I have another one. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna go to get my swords upgraded or some arrows or something like that. I don't know.
Ah, well, 'tis good good to see ye in good health. What needs smithing this day?
Reinforced weapon. Go with... How do you reinforce Estus Flask? And... Let's go with the broadsword. There we go, broadsword. Plus 1. And... plus 2. That's it.
Pretty be careful.
Thank you for sticking around, dude. I know you're not there anymore, but thank you for sticking around when you did. Made me kind of like think about actually doing stuff. And this Tower of Wall, High Wall of Lothric. All right, let's go. We're starting. Maryland some people up. Maryland. I was trying to do a challenge at first on the second one to see how little I could actually use to kill the same people and different people like that, and I realized that I can't kill those phantoms, and I think I'm probably gonna run into them again, but oh man, probably be a better service to myself to. Alright. Let's do this. Souls, man. Gotta get them souls. So I can upgrade my gear and my sheezy. Oh well. So I'm just gonna do the souls for the sword and the shield. And that's all I do. I'm not gonna try to get any special armor. I'm not going to try to get it or any spells or anything like that. No magic. And so that's my challenge that I'm doing. That's my challenge that I'll do because I've been doing it. God damn it. Alright, let's smoke a cigarette, because they're actually better for you than smoking a freaking vape, because it's known that vapes have a chemical that is close to embalming fluid in it. And that's the reason why I don't smoke vape. It's stupid. And you don't get to look cool with a fake light. No. It's integrity. Integrity weed. Integrity growers. Integrity. Don't compromise. Integrity. Let's see here. Smee. Where's my major? Shmee. I don't care about not keeping up effects about which people care about me and stuff like that. I don't want to look cool by saying that I don't have an addiction. I do have an addiction. It's called life. Life is pretty much an addiction, especially if you're going to use it to stay on the planet, because if you think about it, everything is technically an addiction. pretty much addicted to oxygen. We're addicted to water. We're addicted to a bunch of stuff because of the way that we evolved. We don't think about it when it's down to the wire, but when it comes available, we can't make our own water. And that's sad. Because cactuses can. Or at least they draw on the groundwater that's already there, and they can filter it through their own bodies. It's amazing. Maybe if we actually evolved in the desert, we could start making our own water. Yeah? Think about it. Maybe if we had integrity, then we'd be able to find my lighter. We wouldn't. I would. Jeez. Where are you, Leonard? Oh, they probably fell right there. Or no, it didn't. Integrity, we. Oh, schmaggity. And also, I think a lot of people don't realize the amount of illegal weed that's in like most cities and states that don't have it. They don't regulate their growing patterns. They just grow it and then they want to make money. They don't regulate their growing patterns. And they don't check the weather because acid rain can kill fucking weed so hardcore. And also, if it doesn't kill it, then it makes it toxic and can actually kill people. And that's the reason why they made it illegal, I think, for the most part. It wasn't because of the stuff that was in the weed. It was because the stuff that the weed it comes into contact with on its way to the person that's smoking. That's the reason why I don't smoke weed. Because I want legal weed to not make me feel like I'm smoking the back of an exhaust pipe, and I don't want to also pass out because somebody put some sort of pill form or ecstasy or cocaine or craziness, because it doesn't make you multiply it mixes and then multiplies the effects. That's what it does. That's botany. That's basically botany. So after a certain while, people don't get sativa, they get coke weed. They get basically your face gets numb because you smoke something and you're like, holy fuck, I am balls deep high. That's why I don't smoke weed anymore. Waiting until it becomes legal. Because then I'll be able to understand where my weed comes from. It'll be great. And I'll have a wonderful time because I will be able to get off of, once I get off my medicine. Or once I stop taking my medicine, or my doctor tells me something. Oh man, I have indigestion. Where's my lighter? This is bullshit. I know it's around here somewhere. Fucking son of a beastie nugget. Beasters. Busteds. I quit smoking weed back in the day. About a year ago. 2 years, I think. Give or take. I don't have a great memory. Still getting back to stuff. And I smoke cigarettes, so I keep on the low oxygen levels. Where's my thing? That's the reason why I stopped. It's mostly the reason why I stopped is because there are just too many people out there that don't know how to do it. And when I stopped smoking it, it started to smell like either pesticides or just straight up manure. And that's the reason why I quit. Because people just don't know how to grow it. If you don't know how to grow it, then I'm not going to smoke it. They either put way too much fertilizer into their shit, or they don't measure it, or because there are certain strands of the ganja that people can make into like hybrid plants that take that kind of stuff but it has a higher potency. And also, usually when it has a higher potency, it has a better taste than just, like, craziness. But I, myself, don't smoke weed anymore because I take medication. And but that's the main reason why I quit. I still smoked at some points, but I only smoked, like, with random strangers or something like that. And I didn't smoke like all the time because I'm not like I'm excited about weed or something like that. I was like, look at that grain. Oh my god, you see how it sparkles? It's like, yeah, that's called sugar. THC is sugar. I don't need it to survive. I need to find a light here. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'll be right back. This is really annoying. I'm gonna do this. See you later, guys. I found a lighter. And also it's illegal. That's why you shouldn't do it in the first place. Because it's illegal. And even though it's decriminalized, it's still not safe. Because groundwater can be contaminated by acid rain. And that compounding on all that, it'll ruin your whatever you're with. And it can make your whatever you're smoking toxic. And that's the reason why they're made on certain fields. The cigarettes are made on certain fields, sometimes indoor fields. That's the reason why. So if ever you realize that you're getting really way too high and you think you shouldn't be because you're smoking Reggie, it's usually because of acid rain. Has a lot to do with acid rain. Acid rain is everywhere. Everywhere because the first whatchamacallit, and technically it wouldn't be that big of a deal if nuclear bombs weren't tested everywhere by every country. It's annoying. It's really annoying when they say like, America's so violent. It's just like, yeah, no, our bullshit's just in the open. Like every other country is fucking crazy as well. They try to tell you that, oh, that's not us. We're not. Oh, really? That's not us either. Our military was an experimental thing back in the colonial days. And when we did colonial things, it was basically run by Chinese, Vikings. son of a bitch. So, with all that, thinking about all that, that's the reason why I don't smoke weed. The reasons why is because it's too hard to grow in an area where there's groundwater and completely saturated in everything, and no running water to be able to clear that away. And a bunch of different reasons why. And I had to wean myself off of it because sometimes the shit was laced with stuff. And I had to go to therapy and rehab and a lot of different things in order to be able to not live with it, to be able to say that it's not my thing anymore. And it did. I had relapses after relapse because I just couldn't live without it at some points. And that's the point, is everything that you smoke in your life is addictive if they add addictive chemicals to it. Anything that you smoke, like, say for instance, they're weaning down all these companies, these Philip J. Morris and all those other different companies, because they have most of their stuff in like actual technologies now, because they put most of their money in some other business, because they realize that cigarettes aren't going to control the society or control the market, really, if you think about it. But I smoke them because it gives me a temporary relief, I guess, from oversaturation of thought. When my thoughts start to rush, I need something to be able to focus on, to not be able to see different stuff, to not be able to see, like, because sometimes my sickness is so, my disability is so vivid that I do get audible hallucinations. Like, there are people, like, that I hear in a distant place, but it's not really happening because it probably is just something through a traumatic experience that I got to, or that I realized. It could be even of a quantum effect because of my certain, not unclairvoyancy, I guess, not really clairvoyancy, but like ability to see the possibility of future. Like I've seen like a bunch of stuff happen in my life, and it's probably because it's not the first life that someone has lived, I guess. That in its some nature, some kind of nature. It's not. I'm not the first person to live this life. You aren't the first person to live your life. But in order to be able to make yourself believe that you're individualistic and ready to take on the world, you kind of, I don't know. And I'm not even high, so that's great. I can go through this kind of entire thought without actually smoking a joint. That's good. But what's greater than that? What's better than that is... What's better than that is, now I can see, different possibilities. I can see different things in the void, my own psyche sometimes. And I see myself I could read books to try to get to know this sort of area and be able to come back from it. But it's I don't know what it is. It's like, I know it's not going to hurt me. You know, I know whatever I see within my own third, whatever, my own brain's eye, basically, my own thought about what to expect from the world and a bunch of different things. I think that a lot of times people don't realize that, oh, I have another month. Sour apple is my favorite. Sour apple is my favorite. Sour apple and blueberry are my favorite. The tartness of it is like no other. Green and blue. Oh, you're so good to me. So what I think about a lot in my own things is like to be able to get back to those thoughts, basically, because they hold something. Your mind tries to get you ready for something that you're about to experience. Your mind, because of its vast complexities, tries to make you ready for an experience that you're about to have, an experience that you cannot stop. So in some cases. All right. An experience that you yourself don't know about until a certain situation comes to. Awesome. I fucking died almost. He died though. That's hilarious. I know that sounds annoying, but that's basically my reasoning behind a lot of different stuff that I do is kind of weird. My reasoning behind the reason why I think that what is it, like the fact that there's only 5 communist countries left in the world. That's the kind of stuff that people don't realize is the truth, I guess. That there's only, and they feed off of democracies. Like, that's the point, is they literally, like, all their money comes from either aid or other things like that. And that could tell you a lot of different things. That the money itself is like cycled, I guess, through certain things. 300 souls. I'm gonna try to go through the entire game with the same coat of armor. That's what I'll do. And then no enchantments or charms. That's what I'll do. If I can upgrade my weapon, then I can upgrade my shield. Let's see if I can. Seriously, god damn it. It was hard to shoot this game. They don't have Geometry Wars effects of where the closest enemy is. It's not like spells either. That sucks. So there's that. Awesome. I'm just gonna run through everything. Get my souls back. Wait, I don't have my souls back. Where are my souls? My souls right there. Did I get my souls back? Oh, there they are. Right there. 596. That's pretty great. Alright, Alright. So, this is what I have to do. I have to wait for him to show up, and then shoot him. Okay, that's a bitch. Damn it! That's fucking bullshit. That's such assholism. That's the worst fucking thing in the goddamn game. Why would anyone use that? It's bullshit. It's such bullshit. I'm not gonna come up with an ad for this. Because I'm not like every other gamer. I like to hunt, but I only like to hunt for not trophies. I don't trophy hunt. Remember that. If you trophy hunt, then you're telling people from a different generation that it's okay to hunt. It's okay to make gestures of fortitude toward an animal. And that's the whole id thing when it comes to, like, oh, I know what he's doing. Like, trying to come up with a behavior modification for a certain part of society. And that's the reason why, if I hunt, I only hunt because I'm hungry and I want to eat some freaking deer or something. I don't trophy hunt. I do see the catches, and I would post pictures, but I'm not gonna say that it's like I'm not trophy hunting. I want to see the whole way through. Like, I want to see you cut it down, air it out, cut it down, and freaking just make some venison. Freaking A. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see freaking anyone like, oh my god, I'm gonna put him on my wall. It's just like, that's not where he belongs. You know that's not where he belongs. He belongs in a museum. If anyone's going to taxidermy him, he belongs in a museum where people can see him and then realize that you have to preserve that kind of stuff. But I still need to find my lighting. This is bullshit. There's a gold thing. Is that my lighter? Is that my lighter? Is that my lighter? No, it's not. But it's something. No, it's a piece of bone that Bo ate. That's cool. Awesome. That is a piece of the couch. A piece of this golden thingy. But yeah, that's why I love venison, but I hate people who put taxidermy in their friggin' lives because it's dumb and it's stupid. I appreciate it, but they should be donated to a museum to teach kids to preserve whatever they catch. If they trap a mouse or something, and he's to not do that, basically. And as soon as the museum is full, to be able to teach kids how to preserve stuff, the museum, once it's full, they don't need to freaking keep that stuff anymore. I do like furs, though. I do like furs. Fur is not murder, because it happens after it's dead already. Although if you do not dry it out, it will become flea infested, no matter what you do. it'll become flea infested, and you need a dehydrator all in your house and shit. Where the fuck is the goddamn lighter at? Give me my lighter. Did I drop it outside? Out the window? That would suck. That would suck ass. I'd have to go downstairs and then outside with my bare feet. That's craziness. I'm being paranoid about my lighter and where it is. Did you guys ever drop your lighter and then forget where you put it because you were painting? So relatable. Because you were painting a masterpiece. Because you were doing a thing for your friend's band. Whose name is Raccoon City Massacre, by the way. Raccoon City Massacre. If you want to go see them, they'll probably be doing shows. Just look them up. And then they usually do shows at Twist of Lime. So it's pretty tight. You might want to go there. Check them out. Pretty cool. Sold. It's not mine. Leading real estate companies of the world since 1943. That's not my lighter. I found my other thing. Yes, I can show people forever my other things. I made this weird lady with a thingy thing. Made a rose. Made a cool stuff. I'll show you all this stuff. This is so tight. Whoever's there, no one's there. Okay, cool. This is pretty tight. I painted over it to like make it look like it was something. It's pretty tight. It's an ogre dude inside of a red lit room. This chick whom I made, she's really tight. It's really tight. She's really cute. And this thing that says spooky. 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 S-P-O-O-K-Y. And then this sick ass explosion. Sick explosion. What? Looks tight. And that's it. And I made other stuff too, but we can save that for. What's the other thing that I did? This thing. This is technically off of another picture, but I only used the frame, I guess. The framing. I kind of like built a world around the frame. You can tell it's probably a picture that was on a video game for Jurassic stuff, or Jurassic World or something like that. There's going to be a video game coming out for it. And no, I think it was the Tyrannosaurus from whatchamacallit, for Super Mario, I think it was. But I made it different colors and did a whole bunch of different stuff to the teeth and the mane and the freaking stuff behind it. So basically, it kind of stretched it out and elongated it as well. So it's not even actually off that. So I win. Against copyrights, yay! I did that one. This is my character that I made. It's called the id, I guess. I want to call it the id. The angrier she gets, the bigger this monster gets, basically. So that's what happens, basically. The angrier the girl gets, the bigger the monster gets, and the more destruction happens. And I kind of want it to be
a thing of like after a while she doesn't realize that wait, hold on, gotta put this around here. I gotta do this. There we go. That's all well and good and stuff. And I did this thing too. This is pretty tight. It's 4 swords representing me and my 3 siblings, biological, with 3 trees behind them. 3 trees that we came from. Separated in some ways. If you notice, 2 come from each one. We're our siblings, all siblings, and I think 3 is my 3 different step siblings, I guess, yeah. We're not crazy. I don't know the exact thing. I made this on a whim, but because I put it on the back of cardboard and stuff like that. So, but it's still tight though, and I like it. Probably shouldn't have put a hole in it. That sucks. But I'll probably still do it again at some point or another. My 3 step siblings and my 3 brothers and my 2 brothers and 1 sister and me, and it's pretty tight. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna put some Aquaphor on my tattoo, and then I'm gonna look for my lighter some more, and then because it's still healing. There's still some chappiness on there. You gotta put that healing juice on there. Healing. And there's my lighter. I found it. Fucking tight. I'm the tightest person alive. There we go. See, guys, it all works out. All you gotta do is find your lighter under your phone the whole time that you were trying to do stuff. And you were. But yeah, I'm freaking pretty happy about it. A lot of people like my stuff. Yeah, boy. Hopefully people like it. Job, hopefully. I'm going to try to see if I can get some stuff done with my webpage, crashartdummy.com. It sounds like shark, but it's because I wanted to kind of be funny, I guess. I noticed it sounded like shark and I kept it like that because it's good. It's good. I could have done art crash dummy. Shut up. I could have done art crash dummy, but it wouldn't have been the same. And plus shark. So crashartdummy.com. It doesn't really sound like shark. It's just if you say it fast, then it's fun. If you say any word fast, it sounds like another word. So that's all. All right. So, man, chilling, beasting it. I think when it comes down to it, if you feel as though that you're gonna like hurt people or something like that because of getting made fun of, start realizing that like the only reason why then people make fun of you is because they're trying to make you a part of it. You know, the only reason why they're trying to give you a persona because they believe you don't have one already. You know, they're trying to make up their persona of you in situations where you're, I don't know. I mean, it's like I've always kind of rolled with the punches when people were like making fun of me. I started making fun of people back. Like I told a girl that she got her braids on layaway, and because she only had half of them done. It was funny because everyone laughed, and everyone thought it was a funny joke, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, he's got jokes. Joseph has jokes. They're quite nice." She wound up being an okay girl, really cool, and I pretty much needed that. I needed to be able to realize that I can make fun of people and I can make fun of myself. Like I can laugh at the joke that's being directed towards me, and then take that and then eventually, or not eventually, but and seriously like turn that around, and you can realize that it's a part of joshing. Like you're just a part of freaking like bonding in some way, shape, or form. You're like you're making friends sometimes whether you know it or not. Like you're getting people's eye, like I guess, like I am kind of with my heart a little bit. You're turning heads, and you don't notice sometimes. Like I don't notice when I'm exactly turning heads, but I know exactly what to do to be able to not turn those heads, but to call attention to myself and to be like, hey, see what I'm doing? It's really cool. Like whenever I was at the concert with a friend of mine, or without that neighborhood concert or that house party. Basically, it was a concert, a house concert, and I stood in one of my friends' rooms and started drawing, and people started like wanting stuff. So I just started doodling and doing different paintings and stuff like that, and of different people and stuff of who I thought was really cool, and I thought like I started drawing people and stuff like that, and then I got a little drunk and tipsy, and I passed out in a car. It was okay. That's the reason why I don't do that stuff anymore. A lot. I drank a little. I drank a couple of shots, a couple of beers, and I got tired because my bedtime's at 10. My bedtime's literally at 10. What time is it right now? Is it like 1 o'clock in the morning? It's 12:07. I'm already tired. But if anyone has any questions for me, like, wait, is that 1 or 0? That's 0. Okay, cool. Alright. If anyone has any questions for me or anything like that, about my art and about stuff like that, they can message me in the comments and ask me about stuff if you want to. You are your own one-person bomb squad. You can diffuse situations that happen, that don't happen. You can diffuse any situation because you have the power, except you have the power to do good as well, even if you consider yourself a little bit more goth than anyone else. A little bit more underappreciated. You can realize that those jokes that are running through your head, those things that you want to snap back with, if you put them in a nice lighting, or if you frame them perfectly, if you say them right with the right tone, you can become a little bit more friendly with the people around you and josh back at them. But understand that if they're doing it and they're laughing like all in a line, they're usually not going to come back with anything except punches. Like, don't do it in a setting where you see someone walking down the street and that person is walking towards you and he's laughing at you. That you can't do anything about because that person doesn't want to be your friend no matter what. They don't want to be your friend. They just want to make themselves look cool because they didn't do it in high school and they thought that it was like something that they needed to do, so it's a rite of passage. In some ways, it's very, very detrimental to people's health to actually do that stuff. In some ways, but you have to learn to know when to stop. Like, if you learn when to know when to not care, and to be like, to not care about who you are making fun of, or who cares about a whole bunch of different stuff, but you have to know when to not care. Like, same situation when you're dealing with people who are in an addict situation. If you see someone having fun, doing stuff, going out every night, having great times, support them. Like, send them a compliment. Send them. Go. If you see one on Instagram, just like going out and doing a bunch of stuff, and not thinking about all the things that are positive in their realm. Realize it, because they want something to live for, and if you send them like messed up stuff or anything, it's something. But realize that it's more to be more positive. People who don't care about stuff, they truly want to care sometimes. People that want to watch it all burn, they're more heavy-hearted in certain situations. Like, if you take something of theirs, they are fucking adamant about something. If you hurt them personally, they're like, what the fuck did you do that for? They're just trying not to care so much. They're trying to set up borders in their life to be able to make sure that they can make a better situation for their psyche. So if they lose something, or if they lose someone, then they won't create a world or a fantasy to be able to build what they lost, or to see what they lost, or to build something to see what they lost. You know? A lot of times I see there are a lot of different things in the winds sometimes. Not things, but like reasons for it. It has a lot to do with our nuclear state. Our nuclear state and our emotion as well. And our elevation as well too. But remember, like, there are bigger things to worry about besides people making fun of you and being bullied. Realize that, and not to say that there's bigger things to worry about other than them, but there's bigger things to worry about, so don't bully. There's harder things to imagine, so look at something maturely and see where you're supposed to stop and where you're supposed to go. Like, it's red light, green light when it comes to, like, talking to a girl, or talking to a man, or talking to anyone, to be able to make sure that you can invest in their life with you, I guess. It's really hard in some cases, but it's not going to get any easier. It's not going to. PC culture might die off, but there's another thing that's right around the way that literally is everyone's rights. Like, freaking, what evolutionary period are dogs apes, and what evolutionary period are apes not allowed to be kept in cages anymore? After about 3 or 4 generations, they start to learn how to speak and talk and do different things, a lot of different things. People are going to have to worry about where they are, and if they start taking out different pieces of life just because it's about to evolve in some way, shape, or form, they'll wind up getting killed by animals. Like, they're not going to survive. Like, they'll seclude themselves in a shelter to be able. That's probably what Russia did a little bit, kind of. That's really what Russia did. Like, the reason why we don't like them. Yeah. Because if you notice, in every single picture, there's hardly ever any pictures of animals, except for in some cases. Like, there's hardly ever any pictures of animals. Like, there's bears. There's no bears in the wild, but there's bears. There's no bears that anyone wants to go near that's wild, because technically they're probably not the best things. And also that crazy crocodile thing disease that eats away your skin, that's from radiation poisoning. It's not a disease, it's radiation poisoning, and it melts your skin away. That's what it is, because people started going out in the wild and stuff like that and doing different stuff, not realizing that there's still plenty of radiated pieces out there, irradiated things, because when bombs go off, it soaks into the groundwater, and then it soaks into the minerals. And when it soaks into the minerals, the minerals themselves become irradiated. So you're basically just making little pieces of being able to irradiate things, and then when they dig or when they try to dig for gold or something like that, fucking goes up in the wind, because those people who were digging in clay or digging in sand, and it got all over their hands, and then it was freaking irradiated. The groundwater, that's what it is. So that's that. Have fun. And be yourself. And also, don't kill animals, because one day you're going to realize that animal that was supposed to evolved into a disease, and then killed off your entire family. Don't do it. Don't kill off anything, any animals. Try not to take their balls at all costs, because they will come back and they will haunt you in one way, shape, or form or another. Be yourself, and if you really want to think about it, don't own pets. Don't own them. Get a mutual thing, and don't try to train them too much, because they're instilled with their knowledge, and don't try to train them too much, because they'll never last in the wild. That's humans do this right now. Like we are tied to one house or tied to one bed or anything like that. Animals roam. They all roam. They're supposed to roam. And when they don't roam, they get panic attacks. And then when they get panic attacks, they have to be coddled and told everything's okay and all the other different stuff. And when they don't have that, they get a panic attack and they bite somebody. And that's what they need to go through in order to be able to understand that if they went through that panic attack, it's a good thing. If they didn't, it's a very bad thing. Realize that. Have a good day.